So I just would like to bring this to our consciousness, to share our concern. Next. The new ratio now speaks of the initial and ongoing formation. So while it is supposed to be for seminaries, actually the new ratio is not just for seminarians. They are really for priests. Because the whole goal is to help them become priests. And so the whole framework is not just initial formation, but how do they persevere even in the priesthood? And we have to appreciate that as people of God. Sometimes we are helping the seminary, and sometimes we also feel frustrated if the seminarians we are helping will not become priests. But the whole idea is really to provide accompaniment from the time they make the discernment that they are called to the priesthood until they are ordained, and most especially after they are ordained. And this is where we will go down to the next important one, no? About this priestly, the gift of priestly vocation. Let's move on, please. The introduction of the ratio says, the gift of the priestly vocation obliges the church to propose to them a serious journey of formation. Serious journey of formation. It means guarding and fostering vocations. So as MBMG, you are very much committed in fostering vocations. You pray for vocations. You support seminaries in the country and elsewhere. When I was rector here at Sacred Heart Seminary in Bacolod, we received several times your donation through the bishop. And thank you for that. Next. According to the ratio, candidates are to be formed both patiently and carefully so that they may shine among the people of God. Pope Benedict XVI likened them to uncut diamonds. No? They need to be refined and purified and subjected to all processes so that they can come out as brilliant diamonds. Next. Pastores Dabo Bobis, which is a very important contribution of St. John Paul II, also, for the first time, he was the one who included human formation as an integral dimension to priestly formation. And he was the one who first put forward the concept of permanent or ongoing formation. The need for permanent or ongoing formation. Next. So, the formation of seminarians are composed of 4 dimensions: spiritual, human, pastoral, and intellectual. No? The foundation is the human formation. At the heart of it is the spiritual formation. The tool is intellectual formation, but the goal is pastoral formation. Now, regarding the new ratio, let me just briefly invite you to appreciate the following. First, next. Let us remember now that formation does not just begin when the seminarian enters the seminary. Actually, the concept, the paradigm now is, it is a singular, unbroken missionary journey of discipleship throughout life, which begins in baptism. In baptism. Ang kalisod, ang nakakalungkot, ang masubok, what is so sad is the sacrament of baptism is not appreciated and valued as it should be, even by those who are active in the church. Who among us would celebrate our baptismal day? So, mapa-intensyon siya, kay Father, Father, please include my intention today is my baptismal day. It's so important to us. Wala yun. But that is the day we became children of God. Heirs to God's kingdom. Members of our church. The formation of the missionary disciple begins there. All the way to the discernment, what vocation in life the person will follow, will take on. So, it's an unbroken, singular journey of discipleship. So we have to restore that back in our consciousness. That from day one, the formation begins. Actually, ang formation sa seminary, too late na kung walang nangyari sa family. Most of our work in seminary formation, and I spent 18 years in seminary formation, goes back to addressing issues in the family of origin. Mga unfinished business o back subjects that should have been dealt with in the family while growing up, and now we have to do something, mag-crash course in the seminary. So, that's one paradigm that is important. Next, I cannot really explain more because we have no time. The journey of priestly formation has 4 characteristic elements. It is 1, isa lang, continuous, integral, dapat hindi hiwalay. Kasi in the past, the seminary is treated like a Catholic school. So, ang emphasis is on the intellectual. Most of those assigned the seminary have academic degrees as preparation, but no preparation in the skills of accompaniment, which is totally different from just teaching subjects. So now we are realizing that. So it's 1, integral, grounded in community. So formation has to take place always in community, and then it has to be missionary. Next. Priest formators to be effective must be a true formative community. Okay, oftentimes, the problem starts there among the formators, so to say. They have to be a community themselves. They have to model a teamwork, an equipe, a team that is able to work together in community. Next. Ongoing formation is a must to ensure fidelity to the priestly ministry. No wonder there are problems because of the lack of ongoing formation. Next. The formation of priests means following a singular journey of discipleship, which begins at baptism, is perfected through the other sacraments of Christian initiation, like confirmation, comes to be appreciated as the center of one's life at the beginning of seminary formation and continues throughout the whole of life. So, lumawak yung perspective ng formation. Next. Ito yung itinerary. I just would like you to go through that. Initial formation, ongoing formation. Tapos sa initial formation, ito yung stages. Propedeutic stage, discipleship stage, configuration to Christ stage, pastoral stage. So ito yung mga go through. Dati, tinatawag natin philosophical studies. Ngayon, very clear, discipleship stage. Tapos sa theology, ang tawag is configuration to Christ stage. At dinagdagan itong pastoral stage, which is after seminary. The transition from seminary to being ordained a priest in the diocese. Okay, so let's move on. Formation has an eminently communitarian character from the outset, from the very start. Very clear yan. Next. Ito yung parang pinaka-vision ng seminary formation and priestly formation. Ang goal is to form missionary disciples who are in love with the Master, and to form missionary disciples who are shepherds with the smell of the sheep. Ito yung description. Anong end product? Anong dapat lumabas sa initial formation and sa ongoing formation? Missionary disciples in love with the Master and shepherds with the smell of the sheep. So dapat ang tanungin, bago ma-ordain, in love ba ito with the Master or with someone else? Clear ba na in love siya with the Master? And shepherd ba siya with the smell of the sheep? Bumabad ba talaga siya sa tao? Kasi ang emphasis ni Pope Francis na ngayon is proximity and nearness to the people of God. Meaning, ang pastor is in touch with the day-to-day life of the people. Hindi siya detached or parang alienated from, no? And then who live, kaya nga ito yung ang additional line, no? The missionary disciple should live in the midst of the people of God to bring the mercy of God to them. So yun ang parang pinaka-target natin. And I am appealing to you, my dear people of God, please consider it as a part of your important role to be concerned, to be interested, to support this initial and ongoing formation of our future priests and priests now. Dapat maunawaan natin ito para in whatever you do, that is always part of the consideration. Hindi lang yung mapagyan ng magandang vestment and vessel. Importante yun. Pero more essential than that is really the accompaniment. No? Sige. So, yun ang dalawang stages, very important. Discipleship and configuration to Christ. Next. So, priestly formation, at the heart of it is discernment. So, aside from accompaniment, hindi masyado na-emphasize ito before, but now it is very much essential, integral, the discernment process. Discern what is the will of God, what is good, pleasing, and perfect. Next. So there are two kinds of accompaniment. Personal accompaniment. It's about knowing oneself, and this is where you can really help in our interaction with you, in our friendship with you, as parishioners, as faithful in the parish, in the Christian community, through your witness of life, to the quality of your relationship with our seminarians, with our young people, with our clergy, you help in the personal accompaniment. Make sure hindi nyo kami sinuspoil. Kasi in your good intention to love us, oftentimes without your knowing it, you are reinforcing wrong values and wrong priorities. Kaya kailangan discernment talaga. Is it really the will of God? Na Father, mag-blow out tayo sa ganitong expensive hotel at ganito ang budget, but it could be put somewhere else. May iba tayong priority in the parish. Something like that, no? Personal accompaniment. Next, another form of accompaniment is community accompaniment. It's again, aside from the one-on-one, the faith community, whether it's a community of the seminary, the community of the parish, the community of the MBMG, the community of a certain locality or PEC, kapitbahayan. We accompany seminarians, priests, young people, discerning regarding their call. Next. Again, ongoing formation, continuous conversion. Let's move on. Every priest should always feel that he is a disciple on a journey, constantly needing an integrated formation. understood as a continuous configuration to Christ. But mind you, my dear brothers and sisters, isn't it that you can also say this to yourself? That all of us, not just priests, all of us should really feel that we are a disciple on a journey, constantly needing an integrated formation, understood as continuous configuring, that we become more and more Christ-like in our mindset, in our values, in our hearts, in our actions. Okay, move on. Priestly fraternity is the first setting in which ongoing formation takes place, according to the Ratio. So we need to support initiatives in the local church for priestly fraternity to grow. So kung mag-approach sa inyo ang mga pari, we have this fellowship. We have this ongoing formation. Can you support us? Either you will be asked to share your thoughts, your feedbacks, your inputs, or you can also assist in terms of funding, or maybe you own a place where it's conducive for priests to gather, to develop their priestly fraternity, providing avenues for greater accompaniment. Okay, next. So, one of the shifts in paradigm regarding formation is gradualness of formation. When we talk about gradualness, it is in view of the stages. Because kasi, we go through stages. We cannot expect a minor seminarian to make decisions in the same way as someone who is already adult in their 20s, who are already professional, already had work experiences. So ang accompaniment is based on their maturity, their background, experiences, and also experience in ministry. For example, ang young clergy, 0 to 5 years in ministry, iba ang accompaniment sa priests who are in their 6 to 10 years in ministry. And though iba din from those who are already 11 years in the ministry up to 24 years in ministry. And also those who have already celebrated their silver jubilee and up. Iba din ang dynamics. So kasi iba din, halimbawa sa amin sa San Carlos, ang aming senior clergy, ang aming palayaw sa aming grupo is half generation. Kasi pag magtipon kami, ang aming bukang bibig ay ano daw? Pakiulit nga, So nang sinasabi ko ito, yung sinasabihan ko, nagtanong din, ano sabi mo? Welcome to the group. Kasi yun, ang ha means happy always. Okay. Gradualness of formation process. Next. In terms of stages, within each stage, and of every person and of every group, gradual, appropriate to the stage. Next. So it is really important yung accompaniment, that it is a work in progress, and yung ating ibigay lang ang best effort. Sige, next. Dito, ang formative community is composed of, number 1, obispo mismo, priests and lay formators in the seminary, the seminarian himself, his family, the presbyterium, his home parish, Lomas, the organizations, movements, and associations, like the Mother Butler's Mission Guild, the BACs, as well as the majority in our community who are poor. Very much important. They are part of the formative community. Next. So therefore, the need for ongoing formation of formators in the seminary, not just as professors or teachers, but as companions in the journey. Next. Okay. So I have discussed already the initial formation. Next. We have also mentioned something of the importance of ongoing formation. Next, I have also mentioned the importance of personal and community accompaniment. So let me just end now with this last point. Next, the support for sick and retired priests. You know, as a seminarian, I once served a retired priest in our diocese. And after the Mass, he shared with me, which I have not forgotten, especially now that I am a bishop. He said, you know, Jerry, kung kailan pa ako tumanda at nag-retire na pare, I feel na nagiging materialistic ako. I ask myself, bakit po? Sabi niya kasi, sa totoo lang, habang nagbibisa ako, ang nasa isip ko, saan naman kaya ako magmamas sa sunod para may mas stipend ako, pambili ng maintenance medicine. Napakalungkot. Hindi siya inspiring for a seminarian. Kasi kung weak lang yung vocation, papahari pa ako pag ganyan. I will spend the best years of my life serving the church only to end up like that? Without the diocese or the local church or the people of God helping you? Kayo pa yung magkayod kung saan ka maghanap ng noon, pag magkasakit ang pari, makapalmok siya kung saan siya makinig ng pang-dialysis, pang-opera ng kaniyang kung ano-ano yan, no? So parang, in the corporate world, here yung pag matagal ang service mo, may ka. It's not that we become priests for that, di ba? Pero I think that's basic human consideration, and it's part of charity that we help those who are also serving the community. And as I am saying this should also be applied equally to our parish and diocesan personnel. Kasi even our diocesan and parish personnel, kawawa din. Kung minsan subject pa sa assignment ng mga pari, walang security of tenure. Diba? So more and more, there are so many things in terms of accompaniment, in terms of ongoing formation, na kailangan tayong natin gawin as church. So that our life as community and as institution truly reflect the gospel values, would really witness to the Christ that we know, the Christ who came not to be served, but to serve. So, I hope in this short moment, I succeeded just to introduce you, because there's many things that we can talk. But I would just like to settle on these three. Kasi dapat, habang bata pa si Father, and he is working actively in the parish, and in demand siya, nakaset up na sa system ng ating journey as people of God, as local church, na ina-anticipate na yan. Hindi na hinihintay pa na kung kailan yung emergency, saka pa naghahanap ng fundraising here and there, ganun. Dapat naka-integrate. So I'm happy to know that in some dioceses, including ours, including here in Negros, that there are already initiatives towards this end, no? Na meron ng standardized living allowance, meron na rin nagsisimula ng iba na nagbabudget hearing na rin kami. Para naman tapos meron mga standard policies regarding tenure of office, para may protection din yung mga lay collaborators natin, no? So, itong mga bagay na to, you're asking yourself, in the year of the clergy and consecrated persons, anong role ng lay people? Anong role ng mga lay associations, organizations, and movements? I hope you see your role as you continue to reflect today and tomorrow in the light also of these three considerations. For me, you have every right and obligation to get involved in the initial and ongoing formation of priests. Instead of just waiting and mag-complain on the pews, ay, ano naman itong pumili ng pare na to? Paano na itong pare magbibiyak? The way he would dress up. Di ba nag-viral noon sa social media yung isang pare na nagbibiyak na naka-sandola, nag-stola, di ba? Ang gara-gara pa naman ang bininyagan niya, naka-punto prepare, ang ganda pa ng simbahan. Pero siya, ang sakristan niya, nakasutana, naka-rokete, siya lang, sleeveless, at naka-stola. So, ano ba yan? What is that saying? No? So, dapat proactive tayo. Habang nasa formation, let's take part, let's get involved, let's give for inputs. Habang nasa parokyas lang for immersion, habang there should really be mechanisms and vehicles because you are beneficiaries of our services. You have the right to give feedbacks and also proactively contribute on how we can, rather than just simply complain, how can we contribute proactively? Diba? So, I hope I open the avenues for all of us when we go back to our own local churches. Be creative and find ways. Kasi hindi naman basta-basta na lang pupunta ka sa obispo, sa parish mismo. Sabi ni Bishop Jerry doon sa Bacolod, so you have to be tactful. You have to be also creative. You have to be full of charity, but in truth, no? Communicate certain things that you think as baptized member of this church, you have every right and responsibility to take active involvement. So as far as initial, ongoing formation of the priest, I hope by just asking question, Father, may ongoing formation ba kayo? Kailan ba yung last na formation na nag-attend kayo? Ano bang concern and problem mo? No? In what way can we be of help? Kasi pwede naman, even just to assure Father, sige, once we know that you are ongoing formation, pag wala ka sa parokya, dahil pumunta ka sa ongoing formation, masaya na kami, Father. Kahit wala ka dito sa parokya, because we know you are participating on an ongoing formation, and we will be praying for you. We will have prayer vigils for you. Hindi, mas malalong natuwa si Father kung ipabaon ka pa. So, anyway, personal and community accompaniment, no? Kahit yung friendship lang, ordinary friendship, yung paminsan-minsan lalaw o nalaala na happy anniversary, Father, or whatever, no? That's part of accompaniment. There are different levels of accompaniment depending upon our possibilities, our preparation, our readiness, and suitability for such form of service. But definitely, you are not just MBMG because other than that, some of you are lawyers, some of you are teachers, some of you are counselors, accountants. You have different fields that you can contribute to the total growth and development of our clergy and consecrated persons. And finally, regarding the sick priest. Alam mo to sa totoo lang, part ng crisis ko yan noon. Sabi ko, people relate me because of my role. Relate with me, not to my person, but through my role. Nakakalungkot yun eh. Though people just see me as Father Jerry because of my role, kasi kailangan nilang services ko. Kailangan nila mag-visa, magpa-blessing, magpa-whatever, sick call. What if wala sila kailangan? Sino ako sa kanila? Who am I? Kung mahina yung formation mo, pag you equate your self-worth with your work, doon ka tatamaan talaga. But I know I am more than my ministry. No? So, yun, part yan na we have to understand. Parallel yan sa, kasi if we go through that ourselves, you go through that yourselves, di ba? As husbands, as wives, as a member of a family. So, nakakalungkot, makita yung mga pare in their old age na hindi na paghandaan ang retirement. Naman yung iba na super handa sa retirement. Kasi habang naglipat-lipat ng mga assignment, accumulating here and there, may condominium doon, may condominium dito, ang laki ng mga inipon sa bangko para daw sa retirement. At ang nakapakalungkot din, sa culture natin, which I'm not agreeing, expected din ng family members na ang pari ang mag-support sa family. Kung anong problema sa pamilya, kung kay father. Mind you, father does not own the parish funds. Don't expect the father to get something from the parish fund kasi ganito, ganito, ganito. We have to exercise certain financial transparency here. So, part na yan ng culture kasi may minsan nire-reinforce din natin yan eh. So, magandang pag-usapan talaga ito na masinsinan, maharapan, at saka with all charity and good intention because we want to help one another and be transparent, accountable to one another as people of God. So, please, I hope I have been of help to you this month. Maraming salamat sa panahon. I hope I did justice. Please. Thank you very much.
Vice President of Bacolod, Melinda Daques, to give a special token of appreciation and love. Maraming salamat, Bishop Jerry Alminaza. Palakpakan Vocations Month. Thank you very much, Bishop. Very enlightening. Session, or what do you call it? Siesta feeling. Don't worry. We have